días.
Buenos días. Do you speak Spanish?
Entiendo todo, pero
Okay.
necesito
Start.
practicar.
What do you think are the key ingredients that have made The Last of Us such a huge success?
I think the key elements that have made The Last of Us a success are Neil Druckmann's heart and his mind, and his intellect, and uh, his storytelling, and then you add Craig Mazin, who has all of those possesses all of those qualities in equal measure. And where they are lacking in each other, they have each other to complement, and they work beautifully together. I think it's just the realism of the stories and people's reactions and their relationships, the way the relationships carry from moment to moment and episode to episode and season to season. Um, I think that I think I think there's a lot of different pairings, different relationships that people can identify with. A father daughter relationship, and father son, uncle son, friends, lovers, all of the human element of the show. However exciting that monsters are, our humans are very real and relatable characters.
How will Tommy's relationship with his brother Joel evolve in season two?
I think in season one you find us estranged. We are several years that we've been apart because I watched him have this descent, um, and I didn't want to be pulled down into that darkness with him. So I traveled and found Jackson and found the light, so to speak, found my wife, found life and hope. Um, and I think in the second season, we've incorporated him into our family, and now we're have some semblance of who we once were. We're these two men who build things, who are not destructive but are creative people. And I think that it's you where you find us at the beginning of the second season is a very good place where he is a proud uncle of my son Benjamin, and I'm a proud uncle of his surrogate daughter Ellie, and of course my wife Maria, played by Rutina Wesley, who does a phenomenal job. And I think you see us um, becoming human again. You see us as a family.
The Last of Us captures a post-apocalyptic world with intense emotion. How do you balance the action with the more emotional moments?
How seamlessly we're able to do that in the second season can entirely be attributed to Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann in the writing. And so, because the action is always uh, bound to the story, and every gunshot, every flamethrower blast, every the violence itself is always married to the relationships. And so, I think that is I probably wouldn't actually differentiate between the two. I feel that they very much work in tandem, um, and it's all to serve the story.
If you could explore more of Tommy's stories in future seasons, what aspect of his journey would you like to see developed?
People who've played the games probably know. So for fear of kind of spoil, and you know what, I don't know what direction our creative team will take the story. But in the games, what I find really interesting about Tommy's journey is how much he grew and how much he was able to evolve and how much he was able to heal after leaving Joel, finding Jackson, building his family. But once tragedy befalls him and he's truly tested, uh, and when the vengeful nature of a lot of of what's around him starts to permeate his being, I think he it's a it's a really tragic story, I think, in a lot of ways, and of lessons learned, but then lessons forgotten, and a de-evolution of who he is, um, and how how hard it is to really preserve your humanity in the world of The Last of Us. You just just to take on the slings and arrows of life always. And no one is immune, and nobody's impervious to this really, really dangerous and tragic world.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you
Yeah.
for your time. Espero verte pronto.
Yeah. I see you later. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.